We have said that the scholars they differ concerning the recitation of Surah Al-Fatiha behind the Imam. Then those who say you have to recite behind the Imam also differ. Some said when the Imam is reciting aloud, then you don't need to recite at all. It is only when the Imam is reciting silently that it is compulsory on you to recite. I hope it is clear. They differ on whether it is compulsory to recite Surah Al-Fatiha behind the Imam. Some are of the opinion that it is not compulsory. This is the view of the Hanafiya. That once you are behind the Imam, if you are taken to the Hanafi position, for instance, the Imam says Allahu Akbar and is reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, whether aloud or silently, and you are just behind him, you are silent, you are not reciting anything. To the Hanafi, no problem. To the JUM'AH, you have to recite when the Imam is reciting silently. But when the Imam is reciting aloud, they differ. Some said you still have to recite. Some said no, since the Imam is reciting aloud, you don't need to recite. Because Allah said, وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا. When the Quran is being recited, listen and be attentive. So why should you not be reciting when the Imam is what? Reciting. So you are not supposed to recite. This is what from the JUM'AH who said you have to recite, that is when the Imam is reciting silently. Some now said no, and they are also the JUM'AH again. Then the minority said you have to recite. What is the evidence? They said La salata liman lam yaqra bi fatihatil kitab. The one does not recite Surah Al-Fatiha has no salat. So the way we treated the issue of Tahiyatul Masjid, praying at the prohibited time and not observing Salat, Tahiyatul Masjid and the likes, that is the way you are going to treat this issue now. Some will be using this as what? La Salat al-Man lam yakra bi Fatihatil Kitab, as the standard that you have to. So when you bring verses like وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا, you say that is general. You have to restrict it with La Salata liman lam yakra bi Fatihatil Kitab. The other people will say no. La Salata liman lam yakra bi Fatihatil Kitab. There is no salah for the one who does not recite Surah Al-Fatiha. Is general. You have to restrict it with إِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا. I hope it is clear. So now, if somebody now takes the position of those who say, even if the Imam is reciting aloud, you have to recite. When is the person going to recite? They say he should recite any time that is convenient for him. Maybe when the Imam says what? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, he says what? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Or when the Imam finishes his own recitation, he recites, quickly recites his own Surah Al-Fatiha. I hope this is clear. Now, going to your question now. I enter the masjid and I'm of the opinion that I have to recite Surah Al-Fatiha. I meet the Imam almost going to sujood, ruku rather, almost going to ruku. What am I going to do? Should I busy myself with the recitation of Surah Al-Fatiha? So those people said recite. But once the Imam go to ruku, they said what? They said follow the Imam. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Then some said no. You don't follow the Imam. You have to finish your own recitation. What if the Imam raises his head from ruku? They said no, finish your own recitation, then go to ruku. You still catch up with the Imam at a point. So An-Nawawi in Al-Majmu' explained this at length. And this is the view of Al-Imam Al-Bukhari. You have to what? You have to recite your Fatiha. Even if you are going to meet the Imam in what? In sujood. You are still going to catch up with him. So you finish your recitation. So maybe by the time you are going to meet the Imam in Ruku, the Imam has already what? Risen from Ruku. He has gone towards standing position. So by the time you are going to standing position, maybe the Imam is already what? Is sujood. So no, somehow you are still going to catch up with, maybe before he gets to sujood, you catch up with him. So this, wallahu alam, appears to be the strongest opinion. But as I've said, these are issues of ijtihadat. So wallahu alam.
The Guidance Facebook page. Follow, like, and share.